performed way better than he did versus like Kestrel, for example.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't so much for me the Idris and the Catherine. It was the Koshka that really set all that up. Obviously later on, yes, the Catherine and the Idris
and Catherine, they played extremely well though. I mean,
I'm not saying they didn't play
extremely
well, but that whole game was set up because Joseph was so aggressive with that Koshka. That's why TSM was playing so passively and gave up so much of the objectives. That wasn't really the Idris Catherine was what carried them through the late game. The early game was set up by the Koshka.
So TSM needs to take Baron here. If they don't, then Cloud9 is going to ban it. And then if they take Baron, then Cloud9 is going to ban Lyra against them. So TSM is going to take the Baron and switch it up a little bit. Now they need to ban probably Grumpjaw or Koshka. Grumpjaw will ban, and Cloud9 will then either ban Koshka or Lyra here. And now TSM will probably take the Koshka and not give that to Joseph, because Koshka Baron is actually a pretty good combo into Idris. Now they can play like potentially Catherine again with a strong jungler, maybe like a Ozo. We'll see what Cloud9 wants to decide here.
Yeah, so the Koshka can set them up for the early game, the Baron sets them up for the late game. Nice composition so far from TSM, but 2 picks remaining for Cloud9. They have plenty of time to figure out how to go against this, how to counter these picks out of TSM.
I wouldn't be at all surprised to see another Catherine come out from Gabe Vizel. Catherine is one of the stronger captains against the Baron. Lance is very strong against the Koshka, so either one would work, but Catherine. I think they're looking for that reflect damage when the jump jets come out.
So Catherine here, and I think a good hero is Taka or Ozo. Ozo can get onto the Baron, and he does a lot jump back and forth against Koshka. So Idris and Ozo can kind of focus down either Baron or Koshka, whoever they got in the front line. Or they can go Glaive and go CP Idris. I don't know if Old School plays a CP Idris, but that's also an option. Joseph has a pretty solid weapon Glaive. So I think out of those 2 options, they will do that. Or maybe Batiste. But I don't know if Batiste would make sense because Baron just outranges both of them. So let's see what Cloud9 is going to decide here. But Taka or Glaive looks like the best option, I feel.
We'll see how they choose to finish out this composition. They've still got 18 seconds on the clock, so good amount of time to think things through. Make sure that they're confident in their final pick before they actually lock things in. It is going to be that Glaive coming on into things. So once again, very kind of hard engage heavy composition.
Yeah, and then Lancer Arden will come out from the side of TSM. If they want to play a more aggressive game and win jungle with Koshka, they can go with Fortress, honestly, and just win the jungle with Koshka. So that could come out. But I think what makes sense is either probably Arden or Lance here. Lance will probably be better against the Cath because Arden can get stunned out of his gauntlet and stuff like that. So I think probably Lance will come out here for Flash. But let's see what they decide. That's going to be the last pick for TSM. It's going to be a crazy game. This draft looks pretty good on both sides.
Yeah, it's going to be a mad game.
What? What?
Captain Krull? Is that what we're seeing right now?
Wait.
I don't know what to say.
That is very interesting. They want to maybe shut down the Idris and just get Krull on him. But wow. Okay.
This is crazy, honestly. TSM drafting something that I don't think anyone is expecting here. And honestly, they're going to be playing a style that is never seen in competitive Vainglory.
Yeah, we have not seen this at all. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. It was one of those situations where we've been talking all day about the fringe picks, about the off-meta. Doesn't get much more off-meta than what's likely to be a Captain Krull.
I mean, is there...
Hopefully he uses the Corsair skin.
Is there a conversation here where the Krull isn't a captain, where there is just no captain in this composition, they just go full aggression? Like, is that...
That's so risky.
I honestly just don't know
There's not enough gold to go around.
It wouldn't work against a Cat. There is enough gold because ambient, but it doesn't work because Catherine is so good. She'll just stun one of the squishies. You need a tank to like maybe take the stun or block the stun or whatever, or get in the way of Catherine, but that wouldn't work. So it's probably going to be a Captain Krull, I'm assuming.
So how do you have to play this composition with a Captain Krull? Like, how does that fit into a composition? How does that set you up for a victory?
It's all about just being super, super tanky and having a bit of cooldown. Krull's ultimate in his most recent change was to knock about 20 seconds off of his cooldown, ultimate cooldown, and so it's just going to be trying to throw those stuns out as frequently as possible.
All right, I know you want to say more, Sweet J, but we don't have time. We've got to get on into this. Echo Krull? Okay, we'll see if that's going to be the case. A lot of stuns coming out. TSM versus Cloud9. Krull captain coming on to this one. Let's find out who wins it. Hashtag Vainglory 8. Let us know who you're supporting. It's time to head on to the Halcyon Fold and finish off this semi-final.
Thank you very much, guys. And that's only a little bit out of left field from TSM. Krull captain coming through for Fonzie. Like they said, I don't think anybody expected it.
It's not. I don't even think it's not Krull captain. It's Flash X playing Koshka captain.
Oh, yeah, so it is. I'm blind. I'm actually super blind.
It's fine, buddy. For anyone that doesn't know, me and Jaws have now been broadcasting a variety of broadcasts for about 8 hours now, so it's getting there towards the time in the UK where it's getting late, but I'm interested to see how this works. Now, specifically because Koshka doesn't really bring anything to a team that is captain worthy apart from her ultimate. Therefore, at level 6, after Flash X hits level 6 and Von C hits level 6, this is two ultimates that require a response to the reflex block. If you can bait one of them out, you can use the other. So it's going to be potentially even a, thinking about even a Crucible rush for Gabe Bizzle very, very quickly. Also has a lot of early game pressure here for TSM, and it means that you can scale up toward the late game and get Baron going. And remember, also in last-ditch situations, you can use that Koshka ultimate to peel for the Baron. A target that sticks to him like an Idris, you can just use that to peel instantaneously.
And best chuck on the Baron there. That's something to fear, I think. I mean, Flash X, he has to hit that level 6 mark though. He has to rely on a lot of his base damage to actually do anything meaningful in the early game.
Apologies, I didn't realize what I saw Old School's items. He's going to be going CP Idris. This is going to be Joseph on a weapon power glaive, you feel, and Old School looks like he might go towards a CP Idris. Only because of this is the classic CP Idris start. You go for Book of Eulogies and then work towards some CP. It could be that he's in lane against the Baron and really doesn't want to sort of be under the thumb of the Baron, and you could end up just seeing Joseph go for an on-hit glaive build with a tension bow and an aftershock, but this generally tends to be the start of a CP Idris, although I've classically always felt that weapon power Idris is better against Baron.
Joseph stealing away one of those front camps. Flash X is going to answer him though with a little bit of scratch damage. That's what it will be this game. Tiny little scratches.
Yeah, they're not going to be super impactful from Flash X. Again, he is an ult bot for the most part, to be honest.
Von C is going to make his way into Cloud9's jungle now. Best Chuck and A. Look at him free hitting on the backline. C9 taking a lot of damage. They're all grouped up here. Old School going fairly low and Flash X still pounding away at Old School, trying to make any damage stick possible. Best Chuck jump jetsing forwards. Gabe Vizzle pops that shield though. He's going to dissuade him from doing any more damage that he wants to, but Von C using that speed up, running like the speed of light. Flash X gets it, and Old School's going to pay for it with his life as well. Von C secures first blood.
Damn, TSM. That is the early game aggression that we want to see. You don't just give the map up to C9, you take it from them. And Flash X and Von C super aggressive there, pick up the backs of C9. C9 look like they're heading towards TSM's backs very quickly here. They might even just be able to get the fronts, but that was an aggressive move. Gabe Bizzle looks like they're poising for it. They are poising for the backs here. They're going to see Best Chuck respond. The rest of TSM come through. This will be I think this will be runaway time for C9.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is. So, Gabe Bizzle still determined to take those backs, though. Von C will meet him. So will Flash X now. Joseph gets out nice and safely with Best Chuck roaming towards the lane now. You can imagine Gabe Bizzle, yep, he's going to pop those boots, and he's got Merciless Pursuit as well for speed up and stun available to him in a couple of seconds. They're still going to chase him. Best Chuck and A jump jetting forwards. In fact, using those boots to get forward, get a little bit distance between them. Speaking of distance, though, Merciless Pursuit just came off cooldown in time.
Yeah, just came off. I don't know if Best Chuck had his jump jets available to jump in. It might have come off cooldown just as the Merciless Pursuit did. So it might have been a long reach for him to land those basic attacks, as now they put pressure here onto Idris, who is Old School, by the way, been able to soak up a bit more lane experience by himself, which means he's a little bit ahead of Best Chuck.
Hang on a second, Bonzi might be in a lot of trouble here. Joseph is going to find the stun on him. Gabe Vizzle's going to meet him as well. Smite away does a lot of damage. Flash X actually going to meet Von C now at the fronts of C9. Going to steal those away. But still, pressuring Joseph is exactly what Von C's good at, and it's exactly what he is doing.
Flash does it again. He steals another healing camp away.
My goodness, what? When is this guy ever going to stop, in all honesty? In fact, Old School's going to get jumped on here again underneath that turret. Flash X almost pulled the trigger again. Von C with a massive 280 damage smite. Won't quite find the kill on Old School, but will force him back underneath this turret.
And the one thing about these two heroes that you see here in terms of Koshka Captain and Von C on the Cruel is even in the late game, they will serve purpose for Baron. Obviously, building weakness stacks on the likes of Old School, who is actually going for weapon power Idris. I was assuming that it was going to be CP Idris because of the way that he built at the start, but I imagine that might have been a build that was more key to just surviving the laning phase versus Baron. Looks like it's going to be Joseph going on hit aftershock tension bow build on this glaive. There is a world where we see a double weapon power build come out, but I don't think that'll be the case, just simply because you don't often rush tension bow. If you're going to do that, you go for something a little bit more like Sorrowblade, then go towards a traditional double tension bow build from your laner and your jungler. But I think this is more likely to be a cooldown on hit build for the glaive here. And I prefer weapon power Idris into Baron. I do. So I like this better from C9.
We'll see if they can make it work. Vonsi, he's got from Hell's Heart now. Those big stuns the desk we're talking about are available, or at least some of them have come online. Best Chuck, Flash X, slowly waddling their way, or at least Best Chuck is, towards the lane. Now Ultul's gonna back here. I think that's kind of wise, just making sure he doesn't get turret dove.
Yeah. What I also really like about this Cruel in the late game is because this is a weapon power Idris, and because he's going to be looking to stick to Best Chuck, you just build weakness stacks on the Idris. Realistically, the only target that's going to provide a tangible threat in the late game to this Baron. He then has a massive damage reduction. You can peel for him using From Hell's Heart. Massive engage.
I'll speak about From Hell's Heart. Ultul goes very low. That mortal wound being enough to finish him off. Vonsi smites the kill away, and that's another kill for TSM.
Yeah, Gabe Vizzle knew that there was literally no point using Fountain there because he was dead to the smite regardless before the heal of the Fountain could come through. So that was a nice engage by TSM, and you expect that post level 6 from both FlashX and Vonsi to basically using those on cooldown, which is why you see those 2 Oak Hearts appear in the inventory of Old School and Joseph, because they need their reflex blocks. They will come out very soon. Gabe Bizzle almost certainly going to prioritize Crucible as his second item because the reflex blocks for the team will be needed. But TSM off to a very good start here. Super aggressive in the early game, just like we see from TSM on a regular basis, and the innovation behind their picks as well. If this works, which by the way has been, I don't know if it's going to work as the game progresses, but if this works, the very, very unique approach to the game again from TSM. From Hell's Heart on cooldown, 3 more seconds, 2 more seconds, no reflex block there yet for Old School, but it is now level 6. They are going to flare him out though.
Keeping it fresh is exactly what TSM's good at. Again, they have been defeated now. Wow, nice. Yummy Candidate Frenzy straight onto Old School. He was dead before he can even get my words out. From Hell's Heart, not even needed. Again, smited away by Vonsi.
And this is FlashX's words specifically was about Koshka, where you need a reflex block when she hits 6 or someone dies. And TSM playing to that keepsake of the way they've been approaching the game. This is literally just, hit them hard and hit them fast. You've got lockdown ultimates at that stage. They're going to jump straight on. From Hell's Heart comes out.
From Hell's Heart does land to Joseph. Does use that afterburn to get away. FlashX hasn't got the damage to follow that up, but that will mean a nice secure here from TSM.
Speaking of double weapon power, this looks like it's going to be double weapon power. I assumed this was going to be on hit from Joseph, but he looks like he's going to weapon power as well.
Oh my god, they're going to dive Old School again. Does he really stand a chance at this point? FlashX will secure himself the first kill of the game.
I mean, I've seen TSM do this with the Cruel Baron, where Cruel does go down a weapon power build path, looking like he's going towards, I imagine, is going to be a tension bow, so you have a double tension bow into the armor. It looks like Joseph is doing the same thing. We have got double weapon power. And that makes sense against Baron, right? You want two heroes that can dive and deal consistent damage to the Baron, and yes, both Idris and Glaive can do that. I like that. That's an interesting way of approaching it, but TSM are throwing that right back at C9, saying we're doing pretty much the same thing here. We're looking at bursting the Idris before he can even have an effect.
I mean, it's looking pretty terrifying, in all honesty. There's 3 kills on Vonsi, who's just going to run in there, and Best Chuck is starting to get his items online. Tension Bow, Sorrow Blade, now possibly going to try and pick up the monocle, and with that, when he's fully online, he's going to be ready to go. And speaking of ready to go, TSM,
that's a lot of damage onto Vonsi.
Straight in there. Vonsi's going to have to exit the fight very quickly, though. But a massive Hell's Heart does land onto Joseph. You only Candidate Frenzy to follow it up, and they almost take out Vonsi in that fight, and then completely turn it around with Best Chuck's damage.
I love the chaining of the ultimates from TSM, making it so the reflex blocks can't happen because that's so good. Stun does come out onto Best Chuck. He has to be careful here. Fountain has been used, but TSM, even after face checking and Vonsi going so low, survive. They're going to put pressure onto Old School. He's getting low.
Ooh, Old School gets stoved on yet again. Smiling away by Vonsi, and Gabe Bizzle's going to be next on the menu for TSM. FlashX finds the kill. 7-0. We are only 9 minutes, well, 10 minutes, make that in a few seconds. 10 minutes into the game. TSM, game number 2, they looked a little bit lost. This time, they found the map.
How do you deal with this? The consistent engage pressure of this TSM composition, making it so hard. So hard for C9 to cope with because they just chain CC onto one target. You reflex block one, the other one comes through. Gabe Bizzle has not prioritized the Crucible. Went for the Atlas Pauldrons because of how important that seems to be against Vonsi. Again, Atlas Pauldrons do shut down a Cruel. But it's not just Cruel that you've got to worry about, it's the Baron as well. And it's that chain CC onto one target that seems to be doing the majority of the work. With only 2 reflex blocks in the team on different targets, if TSM just literally focus one target, They are going to lock someone down somehow.
Old School has to back again. He took 3 rockets from Best Chuck, and that was it. He was done. He's out of the fight, has to back off. He has got that reflex block to make sure FlashX can't get on top of him, but by the time he does pop that, Best Chuck's going to jump on him regardless. Bonsi now setting up something here. There's going to be a nice yummy mechanic frenzy going on to Joseph. Joseph does use that off burn away. That fountain is going to heal up the smite damage. Blast Tremor as well to make sure there's no follow-up. But that Ion Cannon almost taking out that turret from Hell's Heart. Does land onto Catherine. Gate Visual going fairly low. That turret does go down. Joseph's going to be the first casualty of war. And now 1-for-1 trade. And now Old School is trying to kill Best Chuck. But I don't think he's got the damage to do it. He's trying to find that last executing blow. He does end up finding it in the end. But another trade, 2 for 2. With FlashX chasing it down Gate Visual now. Can he find the last basic tag? I think
Flash!
Oh, the shield comes through from Gabe Visual in time. The ace comes through for Cloud9, but they can't do anything realistically.
They can't do anything with it, and TSM did get their main objective, which was that turret there. Best Chuck has now hit another item spike, triple items, the monocle is out, Von C has also got another blazing salvo in tow. We're probably going to go towards either a bone saw or a breaking point, you imagine. Not a huge amount of armor to contend with right now. And considering you're going up against double weapon power, it's literally just going to be who can deal as much weapon power damage as quickly as possible. Going to be Sorrowblade next for I Love Joseph. I love the approach that C9 are taking here. It's literally blow a target up, glaive, big damage on hit. Old School able to follow up too with his Sorrowblade Poison Shift build, but I have not seen a double weapon power versus a double weapon power game for a very long time. Probably one of the first times I have seen it. You know,
it's turning into be an interesting one. Nice jump jets away. There comes the Mechanic Frenzy. He is going to get blocked though. Look at Best Chuck. Still dealing 3 damage on the backline, and already Old School is going to go down. That's going to be from Hell's Heart landing on I Love Joseph. They're going to pilot in him and take the kill. Bonsi is going to get the smite away, and TSM coming up big once again.
They should be able to get Goldmine here for free. What a great ultimate by FlashX as well. It was a peeling ultimate. It is the peel bot that is the Koshka functioning as a captain, protecting Joseph from a dive. Sorry, protecting NA from a dive. And Best Chuck was able to escape because he used that as a defensive Koshka ultimate. Gabe is all going to make the chase, gets the stun. But Goldmine has already gone over to Von C, and TSM are going to back out after another victory, accelerating their gold lead here.
6,000 in their pockets for them, 3 and 11. With just such a commanding lead at this point, it's extremely hard for Cloud9 to see a route back into this. But what are their routes? Let's kind of break that down a little bit here, as there's a bit of a lull in the action. We are 13 minutes in. Cloud9 have only lost 1 turret, which is honestly more than they can hope for at this point. Because with the amount, and you kind of look at the scoreboard, you go, okay, TSM.
I tell you what the route is in here. The route in here is Crucible. like I don't know why Gamers hasn't got it yet. I guess they're just saying, okay, like we just rush a target and hope that they don't chain CC onto one target, because it's a little bit harder to hit the from Hell's Heart if you group up and make it so that that target is not less easily selected. But man, I don't know. I'm not going to touch on it too much because I do have a habit of talking about 1 point over and over again.
Oh, hang on a minute. They're going to go Old School once more. Best Chuck still hiding away here. Joseph doesn't quite find the afterburn. That fountain coming out is going to heal Von C enough already. And there goes 1 kill for Best Chuck. This might just be another as Koshka finds the second. Gabe Visual is going to fall 1 apiece for TSM. The ace comes through for them as well. They flick the switch. And that is firmly a bright light for them to just finish up this game.
Von C prioritized the metal jacket here. There's only 1 tension bow, and we all know that 2 tension bows is greater than 1 tension bow when it comes to weapon power builds. And Old School not yet got his. He's actually going towards a breaking point. So only Joseph is doing damage to Von C, and with no attack speed to his name, he's not going to be doing it very quickly. And it's really only going to be that big first hit that causes the majority of the damage. Old School really not touching Von C as probably as much as he should do at this point in time. And Von C able to reduce a huge amount of damage with the prioritization of that full metal. Not a full metal jacket, that's a film, Keenum. Metal jacket coming out. So I think TSM have played this well. They've trumped the double weapon power coming out from C9. They've played their double weapon power better by prioritizing 2 tension bows, making any armor gain for C9 a little bit less effective. Very impressive stuff from TSM. Very, very impressive. And to make this Koshka captain work as well, you know, the chain CC at level 6 was monstrous. Really, really was, and that's why I genuinely think 2 reflex blocks, 1 from a Crucible and 1 from a person is needed. But the way that TSM executed on it has been fantastic, and I mean, you can't take that away from them. It's a bloody tornado trigger for Von C.
And FlashX has even built the Echo. He wants to get Yummy Catnip Frenzy down on 1 target.
That's insane. That is insane. The peel from an Echo Yummy Catnip Frenzy against no Crucible as well is going to be incredible. It's almost like Best Chuck and A is never going to get hit.
Kraken is going over to TSM quite handily. Cloud9, I think they're just going to let this one go down. Yeah, Iron Cannon is going to be able to secure it.
They can't fight. They've lost every fight single-handedly. I don't know what they're waiting for. They maybe need to build up more armor here. Joseph has gone for a light armor and a coat of plates. He's got 2 sources of armor. Instead of finishing up the metal jacket, he just decided to sort of use odd slot efficiency. I guess a way he's going to go towards an Atlas Pauldron and a metal jacket eventually, but just don't think he's going to get there, Jaws. I don't think he's going to get there in this game. TSM have just executed this incredibly unique composition so well, all placed around the single target lockdown. And with that echo coming out from Flash X, it's fantastic.
Oh, Blast Tremor, War Treads have been popped. They're going to jump straight onto Best Chuck. Will he be able to get to reposition? No, he won't, because he actually goes down here. Old School's going to find that first kill. Yanni Cannon Frenzy onto Old School in return. Are they going to be able to find any more? Echoes is going to get popped, and he actually is going to go down. So Flash X picking up 1 for 1 here, and Vonsi is still surviving these fights. But look at the damage coming out from Joseph. He's going to reposition Vonsi. Vonsi can't really enter the fight now, and it is just Flash X trying to defend against Joseph and Gabe Bizzle. That Kraken, remember, is still marching on the base. He's just going to chunk down those turrets.
Flash is just going to hold them here. Flash is going to hold them here for as long as possible.
Turret 1 is going to fall. Vonsi just marching away towards C9's base. They're going to get one recall off, and look at Flash X. He's found one. He's going to actually just go down here, but Joseph is going to have to heal up as well. Vonsi just cracking this. He's got this. TSM, they're going to take this series 2-1 with this such unique composition that Kraken's going to help them secure the game, and TSM go undefeated in series this week.
But I hope so, because they made it to the final.
Yeah. Yes.
Gotta say, that last fight, I felt that Flash X potentially should have blocked the Crucible, but... Sorry, blocked the silence with the Crucible, but TSM, I mean, I think that the display of that double lockdown composition was good enough in itself.